Hey, friends and foes and family members, everybody around the world. Hey, how are you? This is Mike Carlucci, Carlucci Broadcast International. It's time for another episode of The Bottom Line. And we are on location here at the Doubletree Hotel in Mission Valley, San Diego. Appreciate their accommodations here. And we do have a good show here lined up for you. And joining me once again, the great one, the superb gentleman of all facets of living and life around planets, unitary and not. It's Richard Boddie. Richard, good to have you here.
Good to be here.
Yes. Well, we usually do our all kinds of different topics: politics, sports, entertainment. But we're going into sports, and of course, if you are sitting under a rock, like a lot of people we know, you did not know what happened in Major League Baseball. Of course, the cheating scandal. The Houston Astros were using signals and courtesy of the video technology. Signals and different measurements to find out what's going on with pitch counts and pitchers and pitchers tipping their pitches. So the batters and hitters and the coaches around sitting in the dugout all over the place. They're in the Houston Astros clubhouse and in the office finding ways to, they have to use, I got to use the word, cheat. Yep. They all visually look for ways to cheat and look for signals and signs, but using video technology, what's the deal with that, Richard Boddie?
Well, it worked. They won the World Series with it.
Yes, they did.
And it worked because it made a lot of those guys look better than they really were.
Yeah.
If you know what's coming in baseball, you can really look good.
Yeah, and they said they use all kinds of different signals like whistling and hitting trash cans
right.
and certain yelps like "bark, bark," like things like that.
Yep.
And also there was some rumors that some players had little magnetic strips
on their body.
Yeah, so they would hit. Yeah, so they would hit a buzzer and it would jolt them that they would know. Yep. Okay, fastball's coming or change up or curveball, slider, whatever. So this thing is still going to be. I mean, it's been investigated, and the GM of the Astros has been forced to resign along with the manager and AJ Hinch and some other people that were, including Alex Cora, who of course went on to manage the Boston Red Sox to the World Series championship a year later. He was the bench coach. He was a big proponent of handling this. But we just heard rumor moments ago that this whole Astros cheating scandal was actually upper management.
Yes.
Still to be determined. So this thing was put up in the office about certain emails were sent out for certain players and hitters and pitchers. So this thing is far from over, and they're still investigating the Boston Red Sox to see if Alex Cora was cheating there, because as you know, they won the World Series in 2018, right. And then the Dodgers lost both times.
Common denominator, the Dodgers losses.
Yeah, and the LA City Council, of course, wanted to. They got people to vote to get them the World Series, but the players, Dodgers says, no, we didn't earn it. We don't want anything to do with it, but we do want repercussions of having the Astros be suspended and fined. Some of the players may be suspended for a year or two, but that's not going to happen. As the commissioner of baseball had said, no, we're not going to do that, but we'll continue the investigation, and there'll be some more harsh penalties.
I think so
fines.
too.
Yeah. So.
Dave Roberts, I recall, at both times in both World Series that the Dodgers lost to Houston and to Boston. Dave Roberts was making mention of it seemed to be something going on here behind the scenes that's affecting us.
Yeah.
And
no doubt. I
think that he figured that out because he's an analytics guy. And if you're an analytics guy, which your upper management wants you to be, you know that what you're doing probably has a greater percentage of success than not. And all of a sudden, stuff that they were doing, I guess, Houston, wasn't working at all. Right. I think of Darvish, that last seventh game there.
Yeah. And it was like identical from game, I think he pitched in game 3 or 4 in Houston. Yes. And then when he came back to game 7 in LA, it was like identical. So there was a little fishy there.
Something had gone on there. Yeah. And then when the Boston played the year later, there were similar situations like that. And obviously the similar situation was Cora, who I really liked.
Yeah.
Even as a Yankee fan, I liked him. And it's really too bad because
a lot of people are saying he's a big hypocrite because he was like anti-Donald Trump. I'm not going to be going to the White House because Donald Trump didn't help out his native land, Puerto Rico, with supplies during their it was a hurricane, right? Hurricane. Yeah. And he's also a liar and cheater. And now Alex Cora is considered a liar and a cheater. So a big hypocrite. Yeah. Oh, by the way, just to get off the path of sports, Donald Trump though. They did find a warehouse that they have all the supplies. Remember they were saying, Donald didn't take care of us? And then there was a warehouse full of tons of supplies, thousands of things.
That was never distributed.
Yeah. So not to get super defensive of our president, but hey, the supplies were there. So for those who are beating him up on it. Anyway, back to sports. Just want to throw that in because I was tying in Trump and Cora because of the, I'm not going to the White House because he's a liar cheater. Now you got a liar cheater in Cora. But good guy, but just doing that. And he made some comments when, also Carlos Beltran, who just got hired as a New York Mets manager, he had to resign here.
That was terrible.
Because they said he had partaking in the Houston Astros cheating with Cora. And then when Cora was on the podium doing a little press conference, he had made some signals that, Carlos Beltran, he had like a little winking, like, he knows what he's doing with those, so like, hey, what does that mean? Does he mean that he's going to be doing video stuff, video cheating with the Mets, So this thing is still it's the far from over. And all these teams, of course, are going to be handled with care to make sure that they got all their video technology is really. When I worked, for the Dodgers for years ago, there was tons of MLB guys around, especially during the playoffs. They like tripled, not just for security, but MLB people watching, keeping an eye on things like videotaping and people in the clubhouse, people in the dugout. Is that guy supposed to be there? Is he a camera guy? Who is he? That's why I don't understand it. Do you think some of these MLB guys may have been on this too? Maybe because some guy looked the other way.
Possibly.
I just find it remarkable that MLB did not know about this. But going back to cheating, I think it was they claimed the New York Giants cheated on the Brooklyn Dodgers in the famous shot heard around the world when Bobby Thompson hit the home run. Like
they say that, but there couldn't be a technological cheat like it is.
If it's visual, then that's your fault for letting the people see your signal. So that But so cheating has been around pretty much a lot of different sports, but that's the advantage. Just like poker, you say, "Hey, I'm trying to see his hand there. I'm trying to see his take on what he's doing. Is he giving me a signal the way he's acting? Is he holding a couple aces?" And I think that's always been around for many decades. But the visual technology, this is big. This is very big. Right. So. But like I said, we just heard moments ago that the upper management was really in on this fully. So it waits to be seen who else is going to get more than a slap on the hand.
That'd be something if they finally said, "Okay, Dodgers, we'll give you the World Series against Houston." Yeah, they would never do that.
No, they would never do that. The LA City Council is just a little publicity for themselves to say, "We're supporting your team." So the Dodgers just keep trying. They're considered now the Buffalo Dodgers because, like the Buffalo Bills,
4 in a row.
Yeah, we get to the Super Bowl, we get to the World Series, but we can't win it. Yeah, but the Dodgers went out and made a trade with Mookie Betts. Boston's trying to load some. They're trying to rebuild a little bit on the side, and they let David Price in part of the trade deal. David Price, Mookie Betts is the big star, and David Price
might be off now too.
Yeah, I just heard rumor that there's some issues with somebody's health, like maybe the physical. So he didn't pass a physical. It was a 3-way deal. It was Mookie Betts, David Price to the Dodgers, Kenta Maeda going to the Minnesota Twins. The Twins sent a prospect to Boston. The Dodgers are going to send a prospect along with Alex Verdugo. So it's a 3-way deal. But somebody in the mix there's a physical examination didn't go thorough or something. I don't know. So that's being held up. So who knows? But I know the Red Sox wanted to load Betts because he's probably going to go free agent in a year. But the Dodgers are trying. They're trying to get anybody they can. So if they don't, like I said, they got 2 more to get to the World Series and lose because Buffalo it took them 4. So the Dodgers have 2. So and then my Giants, of course, are rebuilding, so they're laid back and not worrying about anything right now. So, but anyway, so the Houston Astros cheating scandal, hot and heavy, and just the old pastime is got a lot to deal with here. So
it's in transition. So many areas in baseball are being looked at to try to modernize it, but not ruin the game of the tradition.
Yeah. But the Astros were so talented; they didn't need to do that. And I still think, regardless of what they were cheating, what games they were. But remember, they had to win Game 7 in Dodger Stadium, and obviously the Dodgers, there was no cheating there because I think they were mainly saying Houston in their own ballpark. Right. I mean, obviously you can't do it in a visitor's park. And then and I got to say though, Clayton Kershaw though, they got to him, and Kershaw's he's one of the worst postseason pitchers ever in history. Great pitcher during the regular season, one of the best regular season pitchers. Right. But during the postseason, he just cannot get it together. So you can't really blame all that on the Astros because he's got beat by the Cubs, he got beat by the Washington Nationals and others, and Cardinals used to beat him up in the playoffs. So you got to back it up there. But I still think there might have been something at home when they were against Yu Darvish. Yeah. And so anyway, it remains to be seen what other penalties and fines and things like that. So
And now, I'm just thinking in sports in general. I had the TV on a little while ago, and the X League, this football, new football.
Oh, XFL, yeah. They got 8
back
teams.
again. They
yeah.
might last about 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, they had that other one. I can't remember the name of it.
Last year or year before. It
Yeah.
just stopped in the middle.
Yeah, and they had some. The NFL Network was broadcasting the games, and they had a viewing audience.
And then,
but it just cost too much money overhead, and they got what 3 or 4 weeks, and then boom, season's over. But they had viewership. It's not like nobody was going or watching the games. So this XFL, who knows? I mean, this is the second time he's tried this.
Keep trying this.
The wrestling guy, who's the WWE guy?
I forgot.
I forgot his name too. You guys know.
But it's consistent. That's success.
McMahon.
Yep.
Matt McMahon. Yeah, McMahon again, trying to pour that money.
Success is based upon keep doing it again. Thomas Edison proved that.
Well, the San Francisco Giants were really ticked off at the first XFL, because it was the San Francisco Demons had won the XFL Bowl, but they used AT&T Park, which of course is now Oracle Park, and they messed up the turf and tore it up. Yeah. And the Giants were really ticked off because the XFL people did not fix the turf. And they said, well, we don't have to do it now because we've disbanded. We're bankrupt. The league is disbanded. So the Giants had to go work extra hard to get that stadium looking good for baseball season. Yeah. So, but I don't know. There's no San Francisco team. I know there's an LA team. I think it's called LA.
Whatever they lost last night.
Oh, they got beat?
Okay. They got beat.
LA Nighthawks or something like that.
Yeah.
So I know there's 8 teams, and Dallas has a team, and so does Houston. So 2 Texas teams. Yeah, so the XFL version number 2. Let's see how it goes. I know they got a contract. I think ESPN's running the games, right?
Yep, and no kicking extra points.
Yeah, and no extra. And and you could do a 3-point play,
and you can do a 4-point even.
Oh, 4-point? Oh, I didn't know that. I know you
could do back from the goal line.
Yeah. Wow. So you just kind of throw the ball up for grabs, I guess. Yeah. If you go for that, that'd be interesting though. If you get it, they got to do is hire these basketball players, 6'10", and then just leap.
San Diego
could make it
one.
Yeah. Could make it fun that way. Change the rules a little bit, make it a little exciting. But
the guy who just retired from the Chargers, he was a basketball player from.
Oh, Gates.
Years. Yeah.
Antonio Gates.
Gates. Yeah.
But quickly as we get set to wrap up here, and by the way, we do have we forgot to do our sponsor because we've been on on a roll here. Our good people from Nature Valley Crunchy Oats and Honey. Thanks so much for sponsoring this particular episode of The Bottom Line. You're watching The Bottom Line, part of the Carlucci Broadcast International Studios, but on location here at the DoubleTree Hotel, Bishop Valley, San Diego. Mike Carlucci and Richard Boddie here. Before we close, though, speaking of cheating, a different sport. Remember the NFL? They had the New England Patriots were accused a couple times, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Belichick with the videos during practicing, and then there was another issue.
Now the guy said he didn't realize that.
He was filming the practice
right.
with the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Bengals said, "Yeah, there's some guy out here with a video,"
and he happened to be from the Patriots.
Yeah, and then of course they were wanting to take one of the Super Bowls away from the Patriots, and then the Patriots had something else besides videotaping. They had the Deflategate. Tom Brady told the guys, "Hey, can you deflate the ball a little bit because for a better grip." But my thing is on that situation, of course, it's not good to do. But if you're a good defensive back, regardless if he has a good comfort throw, if you play good defense, you can still stop the throw. Right. So I don't think that would come into a factor. So. Anyway, any final words on this Houston Astros cheating scandal?
But it might be growing. More information.
More information comes, like you said.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Oh, and also, we got the Houston Astros, wherever they go this season on the road, they are gonna get booed.
Yep.
They have to hire extra security. You know? And I know the Dodgers do not play the Astros because the Astros are now in the American League now. So I think when the Astros go visit the Angels, bunch of Dodger fans, they said they're going to go to Angel Stadium and just buy a bunch of tickets and just boo loudly. It's going to be, spring training's coming up pretty soon, so I'm sure spring training might be kind of bizarre there in Florida where the Astros train. So anyway, that's it for now. Let's get on out of here, my friend. We do appreciate you tuning in. By the way, do subscribe. If you have some other topics and subjects you want us to chat about, please do let us know. We do appreciate you tuning in. And remember, grab that shovel to get the scoop. Get all the info you need. You got to go deep, though, to get the bottom line. It's all part of Carlucci Broadcast International. For Richard Boddie, my friend, thank you so much for tuning in, giving us your takes, and we'll have another show here down the road. I'm Mike Carlucci. Be well, have a great week, and love everybody if you can. Ciao for now.